Ladies and gents, Fernando Torres is in the management game, and we're going to check out a tactic of his today. Let's jump in and see how it does. This one is called the Fernando Torres tactic, a 5-3-2. He is the manager right now of Atletico Madrid B, so it was used with that team, and they actually got to first place. It does not look like it got them a huge amount of points, a huge amount of defensive pieces, but it worked for them. It is made specifically for that team, so definitely keep that in mind when checking this out. There is a video. It is in Spanish. It does use an AI character, so that's a little off-putting a little, but if you're able to, it does have English subtitles. Check it out. It tells you why it was created, how it was created, things like that. It shows you some of the stats of their save using Atletico Madrid B, but we're going to use it with our three teams of Liverpool and Aston Villa in the Premier League and our championship side of Ipswich Town. So with all that said, let's dive into the Premier League and see how they did. Well, unfortunately for our two teams in the Premier League, Liverpool, they get Champions League, but in 5th spot, 73 points. Aston Villa in 9th get nothing in Europe next season. It's 48 points. Not really the greatest so far. Well, domestic cups for Liverpool, they get to the Carabao Cup final. They win 1-0 over Brentford. They do beat Ipswich Town along the way. They beat them again in the FA Cup 5th round 3-0, and they get to the FA Cup quarters, losing to Middlesbrough 0-2. Unfortunately, they get to the Europa League round of 16 and drop out against Leipzig. So overall, not the greatest of seasons, at least compared to a lot of tactics we've seen so far. Again, anything could have happened. This is just a one-off save, but they do win the Carabao Cup this time around, but that's pretty much it. Squad-wise, yeah, they don't have a lot of green to show for it. It's not too unexpected, to be honest. But 22 goals for Salah, 19 for Nunez is a little low, 16 for Jota, assists 13 for Tsimikas gets up there, 11 for Robertson, Trent, and McAllister. And then average rating, Tsimikas gets in there with a 720, but Nunez gets in there with a 708. Those are really low. And as we move over to Aston Villa's side, out in the Carabao Cup 4th round, 0-3 to Tottenham. Out in the FA Cup 4th round, 0-3 to West Ham. Europa Conference League, though, they get to the final, so beating Liverpool in that respect, but losing out in extra time 1-0 to Eintracht Frankfurt. So overall, they get a runners-up, I guess, trophy, I guess silver place, but 9th place in the league is not great. Squad-wise, they're almost on par with Liverpool's in the green, but, overall, yeah, not a great season. Ollie Watkins with 21 goals, 19 for Diaby, assist, 15 for Moreno, Diaby with 13, and then average rating, Moreno gets a 717. Data hub for Liverpool, I'm not expecting much here. You don't have the attacking side that you'd really hope. Defensively, it's interesting. Yeah, no question about that. Goals per game, only 1.53. That is definitely low. Conceded 0.74, XG against 0.83 is not bad. And Aston Villa, yeah, definitely a lot worse. No question about it. They have some interesting defensive pieces. They're missing a lot of others, though. Goals per game, 1.66, so better than Liverpool. 1.53 conceded, 1.55 XG against, definitely worse. Premier League stats, though, Aston Villa in 9th place with 1.26. Liverpool in 5th with 1.92, but still a far off the 2 point whatever they usually get. And one thing to note, Aston Villa getting 59 yellow cards. Not the greatest right there. But for the rest of the stats, Aston Villa making the top most goals list with 63 in 7th place. Liverpool nowhere to be found. Fewer shots against 2nd place Liverpool, 262. Most dribbles made, Liverpool with 622, Aston Villa with only 2 less. Most tackles won, they both make the tops with 1039 for Aston Villa, 926 for Liverpool, and most shots for Liverpool in 2nd with 509. But of course, with our two Premier League teams not doing the greatest, how did Ipswich Town do? Well, 3rd place, 86 points is not awful, I guess, but they make the playoffs, they lose the playoffs in the semifinals. It did not go all that well. But as we've already seen, they lost in the Carabao Cup 3rd round and the FA Cup 5th round, both to Liverpool. So all in all competitions, they got 3rd place, which is not too bad. I mean, it is a more defensive tactic, which is better suited for the championship than it would be for a team like Liverpool or Aston Villa in the Premier League. But overall, it's kind of a mixed bag right now. And 3 in the green is what shows for it. But goals, you get 25 for George Hurst, all the way down to 7 for Luongo. Assist, 18 for Leif Davis, 11 for Jack Taylor. Average rating, Leif Davis gets the 726. Championship stats, Ipswich in 3rd with 1.79 points per game. Most goals all the way down in 8th with 74. Fewest shots against in 3rd with 399. Most dribbles made in 5th with 763. Again, they make the most tackles won list in 1st with 1181 and most shots for in 5th with 536. But let's dive a little bit deeper into the tactic itself. We have a sweeper keeper in defend, starting out with fullbacks on the left and the right in attack, ball playing defenders on the outside in the defensive pieces, and a central defender in defend in the middle. You get a CM in attack next to a CM in defend and a CM in support. So you got the trifecta right there. An advanced forward in attack up front next to a poacher in attack. Balanced mentality, in possession, attacking with this fairly narrow approach plays pass into space, overlap on the left and the right, focus play down the left and the right, and play out of defense. Passing directness slightly more direct, tempo is slightly higher, low crosses, hit early crosses, play for set pieces, and be more expressive. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute quickly, and take long kicks. And then out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a higher defensive line, trigger press much more often, prevent your goalkeeper distribution, and get stuck in. So overall, how did it do for our three teams? I mean, not the greatest. Ipswich do come in third, which is fantastic. You are only 6 points off of second place Leicester. You got 12 off of Southampton. If you took control of this, as I usually say, you could probably do better than this and possibly get to that Southampton mark, maybe at least to Leicester. But Liverpool and Aston Villa, yeah, they're having problems. 73 points to up to 86. Again, it's only 13 points, so you might be able to make a difference with a couple of wins here and there. Turn some of those draws into wins and get some points back. Aston Villa, though, in 9th place with 48 points is a doozy. But I think the thing with this is that we're noticing FM24 loves the attacking tactic, loves that all-out attack. If you're okay on the back end, it's fine because you're just getting more goals in front of you than you are getting behind. This one is more focused on the defensive pieces and not the front end. So you got the defensive side for the most part, at least to a degree. Like Liverpool has the back line, did a pretty good job. It's just they're not getting enough goals. They're not getting enough shots on net. Aston Villa was able to get more shots on net, but still leaking like a sieve. So, I mean, I guess it's team by team basis, but it's definitely more defensive balanced type of mentality. So definitely keep that in mind when you're taking a look at this. It worked for Atletico B. It could work for you, maybe if you're in the lower section of the table. Here, it didn't work so much. But that is it for me, Sefian FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.